readers, this is Foal Duke for Horse News on the 16th September. The con's nearly over. It's very nice out here. It's just out the back of the campsite. I'm here with Illumination. We're one of the acts at last night's concert. They're fantastic. If you guys want to tell me a little bit more about yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Andy Filin. I was born in Moscow, and my first brony band was Przewalski's Ponies, which was started in 2012, and we released 2 albums with them. And in 2016 we started the project Illumination with Velvet, which is kind of dark folk music played with only acoustic instruments like the harp, the acoustic guitar, and all sorts of percussion instruments. And
yes.
It's actually the project of Velvet, because she's the primary songwriter. She writes all the songs and the music and the lyrics for them.
Yes.
And
most of the lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah, and I am just a bass guitar player and do all the organizing stuff.
Yes. And you are?
I'm Velvet Wings. I'm known mostly as singer of Przewalski's Ponies.
Yes.
Well, until yesterday. I joined them in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 4 years together.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are spinning off and doing your own thing. So what gave you the idea to spin off and do your own project?
Just that songs that I write don't fit Przewalski's Ponies very well. Because I write them especially for my harp, for my voice, and they're more lyric stuff, you know.
Yes. So I heard you guys had to take that harp with you all the way from Russia. How did you get that here?
We traveled here by ground transport, so we took 1 train from Moscow to Brest, then from Brest to Warsaw, then we took 2 buses from Warsaw to Berlin, and then from Berlin to Kassel, and then we were taken by car from there.
Oh, wow.
So the journey took almost 2 days. And it was really exhausting, but nonetheless, it was great fun for us.
Excellent. So, recording. Okay, so do you guys want to tell me a little bit more about how you got into Fandom and what your experiences have been like? You know, your most memorable experiences in the fandom so far?
Well, I really enjoy brony fandom because it gives the incredible spirit of unity between people.
Yes.
And everywhere in the world you can find people who share your interests and who will happily spend time with you, and you can find even shelter and food, and you have a really good time with them.
Yes.
I agree with Andy, but not only brony interest. People can share not only your interest in ponies, but also in other stuff like radio or sales in my case.
Yes.
And even horses.
Yes.
Something like that.
Totally.
Yes. So what do you guys say has been your most important experiences in the fandom so far? Your most memorable experiences?
Ooh. I guess for me the most memorable experience is that when I visited France, I just could write to some random brony and say, "Hi, I'm from Russia and I'm coming to France. Do you want to hang out?" And he said, "Wow, totally. You just come to my place and spend some days with me and my family." And it was great, and that's what I did in France, and it was really super fun.
Mm-hmm. And as for you?
For me, the most memorable experience was the first tour with Przewalski's Ponies. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, but I had fun.
Yes.
In that case too.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was the first time when I seen bronies outside of Russia, and it was like, wow, they're cool.
So what's the fandom like in Russia? So you guys are both from Moscow, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the fandom like in Moscow? Is there a regular meetup group, or? Like say once a month, once a week, something like that?
Russian brony fandom is really very big,
Yes.
and we have several thousand bronies in Moscow alone, and not to tell about the rest of Russia. So there isn't a single meetup group. There are several resources on the internet which connect bronies in Russia and Moscow. The most known and popular is Tabun, which is kind of blog forum site.
Yes.
And this is where most of the meetups are discussed. And we have Russian brony conventions, which started in 2012, and there have been more than 6-7 of them with up to 2,000 people coming. So yeah, Russian brony fandom is very active, but very few things are known outside of Russian-speaking community.
I know, it's a shame because I got the feeling it was quite big. I didn't realize it was going to be like huge. So there's a couple of thousand in Moscow alone, or in Moscow and surrounding. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty big.
It is.
I mean, kind of a country, but at the same time, you wouldn't expect a couple of thousand to be just in one city.
Yeah.
But okay, so the next thing. So how many conventions have you guys done outside of Russia? How many conventions or events have you guys done outside of Russia?
Well, Andy has more conventions.
No, I never counted them because it's more than 10, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to count because we started in 2013 to go abroad. We started with Festival Fantasy in Czech Republic.
Yes.
Then we visited many countries. Well, I don't remember. I can remember Hearthswimming in Amsterdam, Brony Days in France. You can continue, go on. Galacon was the recent one.
The next thing I would like to know is, what is your favorite which ponies are your favorites, and which are your favorite episodes, and why?
Well, it's not easy to say which pony is your favorite, but I can say that at first Twilight Sparkle was my favorite pony because I felt very similar to her experience to finding friends, learning how to act with friends, how to deal with problems of friendship. But later, as the show progressed, Starlight Glimmer appeared, and she is now my favorite pony because I have some dark episodes in my past life, so kind of I feel the same as she does, with some awkwardness while dealing with other ponies.
Yes.
And my favorite episode would be the episode with Starlight Glimmer and Trixie.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And that's for you?
For me, I cannot name the episodes because I like most of them. But probably Lunar Eclipse.
That's a cool one.
And about the ponies, from main 6, I like the most Rarity. From princesses, Princess Luna and Princess Cadence.
Yes.
And from regular background ponies, I guess Vinyl Scratch.
Yeah. So, who would you guys say your biggest influences are in music? Who are the biggest influences on your music?
Well, for my music, the very biggest and most important influence was English multi-instrumentalist Mike Oldfield, because he's the guy who can do everything for every genre, every style, and he plays all the instruments, and I'm super excited about his music. But I also can say that many bands from gothic metal genre also made a big influence for me, and some old dance music from the 80s and 90s is also has also influenced.
For me, it's It's one Norwegian band. It's Tristania.
Who, sorry?
Tristania.
Tristania.
Yes.
And
That's the band that I enjoyed the most. And some of our music tastes with Andy are the same.
I would say, so what kind of genre do they do? Are they indie, did you say?
They do some gothic metal.
Yes.
Simple metal,
yes.
whatever you call
And
it.
from folk bands, I can name Omnia.
Mm-hmm. So what made you take up the harp? What?
Just interest, because one of my friends bought a harp,
Oh, yeah?
and she visited my friends. At the same time, I visited them, and she brought the harp with her, and I tried it, and I really loved it.
Okay, so last question now. So obviously, as we know, the next year or two, we may see the end of G4 and the start of G5 of the show. Not necessarily. It could go, it could be a couple more years yet. I mean, but we don't know. It's looking like season 9 will be the last one. But considering there's such a large fan base in Russia, and you guys have been in this for so long, will you stay through G5?
At least we'll give it a try if it is any good.
Yeah.
But well, I'm not sure really. I think we'll stay with. I think I'll stay with the G4 unless G5 is super cool.
Oh no, I mean the convention scene and everything. Because I can see what's going to happen. G5, when G5 comes along, fans of that will kind of incorporate into G4. That's what's going to happen eventually. You have cross-generation conventions because it's technically the same franchise. I mean, it's released straight after the end of G4, or it's going to be. So, what I'm saying is will you guys still be in the fandom as a whole?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I see no problems because I have the figures of G4 and G2 on the same shelf.
Yes. Well, that's good. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Well, the one last thing is, this is going to get slightly political. As you know, in Russia, over the past couple of years, there's been a push by the government towards things that they see as immoral, removing certain things they see as immoral. I mean, and Derpy Boru, for example, was blocked, wasn't it? I think there's been a bit of a rise of homophobia in certain places, which may have something to do with this. I don't know. But have you guys ever had any trouble? Have you guys ever been? Has there been much trouble in the way for fans in Russia over the fact they like ponies?
No.
Not specifically about ponies, but we have Telegram blocked.
Yeah, it causes some inconveniences, but it's overcome very easily. You just download some application, some add-on to the browser, and it's all gone. So actually no problem on the on the normal life. If you don't do anything troublesome, no problem.
That's good. That's good. I mean, we don't. I know there were some issues with some people at the start of the fandom. They had some issues, but generally speaking, we don't get much grief. We don't get much grief. We're generally just left alone, thankfully.
That's it.
Anyway, so do you guys want to tell me your social media and where we can find your music, and then we'll wrap up?
Sorry, what again?
Your social media and where you can find your where people can find your music.
Yeah, our music is found on YouTube on the channel called Velvet R Wings and Illumination, and also Bandcamp, velvetillumination.bandcamp.com, and somewhere else on some other resources.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Oops, I need to update it.
Yeah, and I guess some Apple stores have it. Apple Music, I don't know how it's called. And
of course, you can track me on Twitter.
Yes.
And Facebook and the Russian social network contact everywhere.
Wiki.
Everywhere.
Just Wiki.
Wiki.com. Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye bye. Bye. Okay. So what are your Twitters? What Twitters do you have?
My Twitter is called Velvet Rarity.
Yes.
My Twitter is called Andy Feeling.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes. How is feeling spelled?
Huh?
What was it?
Andy Feeling.
Oh yes. Okay, alright guys, thanks for that. I'm going to wrap up. This is Foal Duke for Horse News.
And you know, even through the darkest of the nights, you still can see sunlight. Now, imagine yourself in the forest and somewhere there, among the trees, you can still hear the campfire. And someone dancing around in that fire. So the next song is Spirit of Sickness. Костра цветут молодчиком.